in a very subtle and elegant manner, tells us that Meghan is a narcissistic, lying, ruthless social climber.
Psychopathic, narcissistic, Machiavellian, and sadistic.
He eloquently describes this as her breathtaking ambition. He fails to mention her female founder skills or success because they don't exist. The only thing that Meghan has successfully managed is marrying a dumb prince, the feminist, famous only for her marriage. Now, we all know that she has dumped friends and family in order to claw her way to where she is now. And we all know that she relentlessly seeks publicity. Instagram, pap strolls, interviews, red carpets and microphones. But who knew that she was willing to risk assassination in order to obtain her spotlight? The Home Office had refused to provide armed protection in Manchester during her I, me speech, so Harry reluctantly accepted to risk assassination for the sake of Meghan's brand. It's also interesting to read about the One Young World's co-founder's reaction to this self-glorifying speech. That she'd effed it, that she's tone deaf to others, she can't do what you ask her to do, and she's toxic. Now, if Tom Bauer clearly states something in his book, we can take it to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Variety recently expressed a similar opinion regarding her toxicity from Netflix. And Bill Simmons definitely felt that she'd blown her opportunity with Spotify.
Grifters.
Are you seeing a pattern emerging? Are you beginning to realise just how tolerant the royal family was? They knew if they maintained dignified silence and played the long game, that the grifter would expose herself. Meghan was initially introduced to One World in 2014 by her dear friend Misan Harriman, who described her as a hustler and a climber. And he's a friend! Vanity Fair would later agree with this description. Another pattern emerging. Now, in 2016, once she'd started dating Harry, things didn't go too well for One World, as Meghan stomped off in a tantrum without even giving her speech because she was unable to secure her demands of very, very important person status. Somewhat reminiscent of her Netflix Zoom calls. Wait, is that another pattern emerging? The higher she climbs at the social ladder, the worse her behaviour becomes. Ninaki Priddy noticed this when Meghan got her teeny tiny roll-on suits. Meghan has a habit of elevating herself, just as she did with store-bought food on With Love Meghan. She has elevated her image as a feminist.
When I was just 11 years old.
Philanthropist, activist, and as a mum.
And as parents, as a mother, being a mom is the most important thing in my entire life.
Sure, Jan.
Just as she elevated her skills and talents to Netflix. She controls her image just as she controls Harry. Separating him from his family, friends and country is just manipulative narcissism 101. Even her dad admits that she is controlling.
I believe that 100%. My daughter is very controlling.
And she has certainly controlled any urge to contact her dad in the past 8 years. She controls her narrative of the greatest love story ever told.
That man loves me so much.
Though most insiders think that Harry pines for his British roots. She never proclaims her love for Harry, and most insiders believe she will dump him at the first whiff of a gullible Silicon Valley billionaire. Pretty much everyone views Harry as Meghan's spare.
Wah!
As Harry struggles to maintain his status of royal prince, he has become more of a woke ginger whinger without much to say, except for a few buzzwords Meghan has taught him. Buzzwords that epitomise Meghan's truth. Her truth.
There's the truth and there's Meghan's truth.
In other words, lies. Now, Tom Bower clearly doesn't like Meghan, and he's admitted as much in his recent interviews.
I don't like her. I don't deny at all I don't like her. I think she is a person who's done huge damage to the royal family, has been deeply, deeply inaccurate on many issues, and is of absolutely no value either to the royal family or society. But she just sucks from it. She takes from it and exploits it and profits from it.
One of the reasons why he doesn't like her stems from the destruction and chaos she wreaks with her lies.
That is, of course, why, in my view, she invents issues like she did about this whole conversation about Archie, the colour of Archie's skin. Everything is done to focus back on her. Everything is about her. The generosity is only about, if I express philanthropic views, how will it reflect on me? And I think that's fine for her, except that she's doing it at the expense of our royal family. And that, I think, is unforgivable.
Thomas Markle didn't believe her claims about mental health issues during her short stint with the royal family.
I have some doubts about it. I don't know that she went through it the way it was described on the Oprah show. I think maybe Meghan was a little dramatic here.
A pattern of doubting Thomases seems to be emerging. Tom Bower believes that we are all hooked on the Sussex saga because we want to know where it will all end. Both in his prologue and his numerous recent interviews, he repeats:
divorce, desperation, debt.
Debt? Is it divorce? Is it desperation?
So I think, in his humble opinion, he sees what the end game will be. We are all waiting with bated breath for Meghan to get the comeuppance she deserves. The moral of the story.
It's a very, very interesting story. This is a moral story that you can get glory for 5 minutes, but when the flame goes out, you're in great trouble. And that, in the end, is why she shouldn't have betrayed all those people who trusted her.
And though it's clear that her downward spiral into obscurity has recently accelerated,
she is now paying the price of her betrayal.
I don't see the titles going until King William ascends to the throne. I don't think it's a coincidence that Tom Bower opens his book with the Queen's death, the end of an era. The Queen found it difficult to reprimand her disgraced son. Charles found it easier to do what was necessary to his dastardly brother. The same logic applies to Charles and William and the Harry problem. So I hope you enjoyed my analysis of Chapter 1 of Betrayal. See you in the next video as I analyse Chapter 2.